Hello everyone and welcome to the Extreme Adventures mod pack. This is a mod pack made by one of my viewers and they asked me to take a look at their mod pack. I think that this might be a very good alternative mod pack instead of Better Minecraft. And you look around the world, it already looks very wonderful because of the world generation and all of the different mods that are in the mod pack. And of course, like I said, they're gonna add more stuff to this mod pack in the future. But let's get right over into the actual review portion of this and make sure to go ahead and download this mod pack. This mod pack uses several mods to shape the overworld and its surrounding area, such as mods like Terralith, Geophilic, Biomes of Plenty, and Biome Makeover mod. And all these mods give you a astounding environment. And as you can see, just this alone is just such a beautiful field. Like the tall grass and everything, it looks amazing. There are also some small mods such as twigs, which adds a more natural ambience to the entire environment. This also comes with complementary shaders, which makes the environment look absolutely amazing. And of course, there's also the Serene Seasons mod as well, which is also in this mod pack. The structures within this mod pack are very vast and they come in many shapes and sizes. There's a lot of young structures within this, along with things like towns and towers, Structory, just a bunch of different structure mods, additional structures, I think repurposed structures in this as well. It's so nice to see a lot of structures within the world. I don't think that there's as many structures as there are in Better Minecraft, and a lot of people might prefer that because they hate to see a structure every 5 to 6 chunks of land because it kind of ruins the immersion when there's too many structures within one world. Of course, there are also structures like this one, which is for a specific, dimension, which is the blue skies dimension. There are also fully underground villages, as you can see here. This kind of complements the cave environment as well, though it is a little bit unusual to see a full village underground in comparison to that of other underground village mods, which actually looks more like a stronghold or a bunker. There are a little bit of a handful of dungeons. There are shrines, there are when dungeons arise, you have Explorify, which adds in more dungeon, you have Dungeon Crawl, which adds in more dungeons. There's a bunch of dungeon mods within this, and the dimensions itself adds in their own dimension dungeons. Oh yeah, and technically this isn't a structure related mod, but because of the Young's Better Caves alongside the Biomes of Plenty biomes, and obviously they have cave biomes as well, it looks absolutely stunning underground. I mean, take a look at some of the windy cave systems. Of course, it already looks amazing because, that's how cave systems are, but it just looks absolutely insane when you combine the Young's Better Caves with the Biomes of Plenty biomes. As you'd expect, this world also has its own custom animals. And this animal in particular is actually from the Untamed Wilds mod, which adds in, similar to that of Alex Mob's mod type of animals, which adds, more realistic mobs to the game. However, they are a little different from the Alex Mob's mod in terms of animation and design, of course. But yeah, so this mod basically adds in a lot of mobs of different varieties, and it just comes with a lot of stuff, really, even including additional stuff aside from mobs, stuff. There are even some mobs within the water environments as well, such as a salamander, and among them, there are also some others here and there. And of course, Alex Mob's mod itself is also in this mod pack, so you have 2 different wild animals mods, and I'm noticing when I'm flying around, I couldn't really find many Alex Mob's mods, yeah. So I couldn't find any of them except for this eagle here. So they're more untamed wild mobs than Alex Mob's mobs, and that is important to note because if you want to find a specific animal type from Alex Mob's mod, you might have some difficulty. There is also the Creeper Overhaul mod, which adds in more biome variant biome variant creepers into your game. There's also the Friends and Foes mod, which adds in the previous mob vote mobs, of course. And there are also guard villagers, of course, so these can be found within villages. Moving on to the dimensions, you have the Twilight Forest dimension. And of course, we've went over this dimension several times in many different mod packs, but we have to go over it again. It is a dimension mod which contains a series of bosses that you need to fight within a specific order, a questing round which you need to give a bunch of wool to, and just a lot of stuff to do within this dimension. Now, it is a little excessive in terms of like how many times it's been in different mod packs. So if this isn't your first video, you most likely have seen this within other mod pack review videos that I've done. But it is a dimension mod that is well respected because of its very polished design. However, it doesn't have much new features when it comes to what has been in it previously. Next, you have the two blue skies dimensions, and both these dimensions are really fun. The two dimensions are known as the Ever Bright and the Ever Dawn. The Ever Bright dimension is of course very bright and luscious with its own set of 2 dungeons and a set of keys that you need to collect as well. The Ever Dawn is very similar to that of the Ever Bright, in which it also has its fair share of 2 dungeons, and also it has a bit of a gloomier, darker feeling to it, more of a swampy feel to it, and it is a very pretty dimension alongside the Ever Bright. So go check out both dimensions and defeat both of the bosses there. Up next is the Aether Portal. The Aether Portal sends you to the Aether dimension, where it is a dimension long forgotten from time, and it is a dimension that has a lot of things to explore. They have big whales in the sky, fluffy bunnies that can help you with hops, and just so many different things and animals to find. And it's just such an amazing dimension because of its history and also for its amazing beauty and depth. And similar to that of the previous Aether mod, the Aether mod has 3 dungeons, the silver, gold, and bronze dungeons. Of course, ranking in bronze, silver, and gold in terms of difficulty. Another dimension that's in this is the other side. The deep dark dimension is a dark dimension, and of course it's called the other side, but I'm just going to refer to it as the deep dark dimension just for simplicity's sake. The deep dark dimension has a lot of mobs that are hostile and a lot of nasty baddies, so just make sure to avoid contact with a lot of things here, or if you want to go out your way and kill some things, that is of course a part of the game, so go ahead and do it. The Nether in this mod pack has a different feel because of the amazing shaders. The shaders really work so well with the Nether, but also there are new structures and improved structures. Of course, the Young's better structures will improve a lot of the structures within the Nether environment, but also the fact that it just, look at this. This is actually a Nether stronghold. Look how much better it looks with the Young's better strongholds. And in general, I mean, this Nether has a bunch of different new, like, stuff. I think I just said so many of the same thing, but you get the idea. It has a lot of new environments, such as new biomes and all that. It also has a lot of new structures, new bosses. There's just so much to do within the Nether now, and yeah, there's just so much to explore within this hostile environment. Before we go into the end and bosses portion of the video, I want to show you some of the other stuff that are in this, such as the items and blocks. So here we have some extra utilities, which these right here actually give you potion effects. This one gives you bad omen, and this one gives you poison. This is mostly for like mob grinding utilities. And there's like this little like thing right here that actually pushes you in the direction that it's facing. So you have a bunch of new stuff to play around with regarding mob grinding and all that stuff. You also have Croptopia, which, I mean, look at this. You have so many different food stuff. You have so much different like sandwiches, bowls or something, taco, like cheesecakes. I mean, there's so much new food that you can make within this game. And of course, you have Farmer's Delight as well to add on top of the food from Croptopia. Nether's Delight is also in here. There are new equipments added to Minecraft, such as what you're seeing right here. So basically, like, Twilight Forest has its own set of armor and tools and weapons and such that you get from killing the bosses. Aether has a bunch of items as well. Gallows Sphere comes with its own set of sterling armor, and you also have a silver bomb. and just a bunch of different like new utilities and other stuff that you can find. Blue Skies has its own equipment as well, of course. So you can get some new ores and such from Blue Skies and turn them into armor sets and all that. Even Alex Mob's mod has his own set of like different like equipment and stuff that you can put on based on the mobs that you kill. You can make a whole lot of stuff using a lot of the parts and such that you get from like the different mobs that comes with Alex Mob's mod. Stalwart Dungeons also has its own sets of stuff. So this is like in the Nether. You also have Nether's Delight, which also improves the food and like adds in different stuff as well. Or excuse me, Nether Depths, not Nether Delights. Aquaculture comes with its own armor set and weapon set. And when you go to the end, you can also find this new thing known as Enderites. So this is like Netherites, but better, basically. So, you know, you find this in the end, and yeah. Cataclysm has a whole lot of stuff, including the bosses, which we'll get to later, but a lot of new weapons and items and such from Cataclysm, and they are really, really cool. Reliquary has a bunch of new stuff as well, such as charms and just a whole lot of, like, look at this. You have a whole lot of stuff that comes with Reliquary. And finally, it's time to go over some of the other blocks, such as storage drawers, which adds in more storage. Makaw's bridges, which adds in a new variety of different like bridges and stuff. Handcrafted, which adds in a whole lot of new like furniture and drawers and tables that are basically, well, handcrafted, of course, and it makes it your entire room look a lot more fancy, a lot more nice, a lot more unique. Supplementaries adds in a lot of new stuff as well, like different blocks and such, like purple candle holder. You got a whole lot of like new signs, new, just a whole lot of just like design aspects. You have trash cans, you have comforts, which adds in new sleeping bags, and just a whole lot of like new stuff, new blocks, new everything to the game. Because of the new updates, I actually recently updated the mod pack, and there are now quests. There are really some basic quests here. You actually start from the side here, not from the front here. So you go to the welcome, animal dictionary, valid items. You have to have the animal dictionary, you get the rewards. Craft full iron, get an ender pearl. Craft a shield, you get a piece of obsidian. 10 levels, and then you get 13 lapis and 3 gold. Acquire diamonds. Defeat the conjurer, that's a mini boss. Craft a waystone, find a village, defend a village from a raid, superhero, and defeat the Leviathan. This is a overworld boss. And we go to the Nether. You visit the Nether, you kill the Ignis, you kill an United Revenant, you kill the Netherite monstrosity, slay the Nether Keeper, obtain Netherites, slay the Wither, kill the Awful Ghast, and find another fortress. And also you have to visit the end, find a ruined citadel, kill the Ender Golem, kill the Ender Guardian, slay the Void Worm, craft a Dimensional Carver, slay the Ender Dragon, craft an Enderite Ingot, kill the Shelterer, find an End City, craft a Shulker Box, obtain a pair of Elytra, and then you have the Twilight Forest quest. There's not a Blue Skies quest just yet. They're going to get probably that later. But you have to complete all of the Twilight Forest stuff, such as kill the Naga, slay the Alpha Yeti, defeat the Twilight Lich, kill the Night Phantoms, eat a meat strong enough, defeat the Hydra, defeat the Snow Queen, kill the Urghast, find the Olympus Cinders, and then make your first step in the final castle. You also have crafted on crafting table, obtain a fiery ingot, and craft a fiery pickaxe. And so here we are in the End Stronghold. As you can see, the End Stronghold is revamped, and it is because of the Better Strongholds mod from the Young's, basically collection of mods. And this Stronghold is just amazing. It has so many new rooms and such, so make sure to explore it thoroughly, and maybe you can get some items that you've not had before or need a lot more of. But here is the End Portal, and here is the End Fight. As you can see, it looks well, a lot different to say the least. This is really just a cinematic looking area. And here comes the dragon. The pillars on the top crack, and then the end crystals reveal themselves underneath the pillar spire. So it's like this nice cinematic looking fight. And then the dragon starts to appear. the cathedral on the top explodes, and now you go ahead and fight the dragon. The entire thing is just so nice and cool. So it's just a nice touch within this lovely mod pack. And also you have this nice like aurora from the shaders. So it just looks so cool in general. Plus you also find yourself with new ores, new little like dudes here, and just a cool surrounding for the entire boss fight. So overall, really nice dragon fights. Now let's move over to the outer end. In the outer end, you have some structures here and there, and you might come across like a biome or two, like here and there, like these like little like clouds, for example. Well, I say clouds, but it actually has like rocks and stuff. So like kind of like little meteors, or little asteroids in the sky. You have like these nice little like glowing crystals. So you come across a different terrain within the end environment. There isn't like a real biome difference, like a huge biome difference, though there are some like areas like this one, for example, that looks pretty cool. So it's a little bit more serenic in this area, but you know, not too crazy in comparison to that of the better end biomes, with like those big crystal structures and all that stuff in the sky, or like the big mushrooms. So yeah, you have a bunch of new structures, some revamped structures, and you can find a couple of bosses out here. And it's just such a cool landscape for like this mod pack. This landscape in general feels more pronounced than the better Minecraft end landscape. It just feels a lot better within this mod pack. And finally, the last thing that we've been doing is that we're going to be taking a look at some of the bosses. So now I'm going to throw a worm in the ground into the void, and here comes the void worm. So this is the Alex Mobs mod boss, and there are a lot more bosses on top of this. This right here is a boss arena, well, as you can tell, and there are a lot of new mobs in here, such as the Deeplings, the Coral Celeste, and just a lot of hostile baddies within this little area here. But you're not really here for those guys, you're here for the Leviathan. So in these Cataclysm boss arenas, you have a altar here, and you have to put in the correct sacrifice or whatever the altar requirements is inside there. So for example, I have a Abyssal Sacrifice. You have the Altar of Fire, Void, Amethyst, Altar of Abyss, and an EMP. So Altar Abyssal Sacrifice. There we go. It is now shaking, and it should summon the Leviathan. And it's going to play like some sort of boss music. I can't play it for you guys because it's probably copyrighted. But yeah, it's a really nice boss to face within the water. Of course, it is very, very dangerous. So make sure that you have a lot of stuff with you to make sure that you don't die immediately to the Leviathan. And I won't go over each individual Cataclysm boss. That's going to take so long. But you get the idea. There's a lot of Cataclysm bosses, and you also have the Void Worm, of course, and the bosses within the different dimensions, and also the Conjurer. So basically, all of the stuff that I mentioned previously within the quest log. You have all the quests there that will show you where the bosses are, except for the blue skies, which I'm assuming, like I said, they will add a quest side for the blue skies. But aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't subscribe, and subscribe. And yeah, this was the Extreme Vanilla mod pack. I'll see you guys in the next mod pack review or mod pack video or any video on my channel. Take care and goodbye.